All right, there we go. We got audio coming through now. Make sure this comes out. Jeez, I've been talking for like 10 minutes and no audio. Oh, this has been fun. Alright, so now that I know that the audio is working, what is up, everyone? Jesus. This is why I should run some tests before doing this live stream. So, what is up? I've had nothing on YouTube, nothing on Facebook. We are now officially live here on Facebook and on YouTube. Again, celebrating 6 years of the Wrestling with Fans podcast. Thank you all for hopping in and joining. Doing Smackdown watch-along live reactions. Right now we got Randy Orton and KO and Pretty Deadly in the ring. Orton's going under the ring for something here. Oh, and there's Logan Paul. Again, on commercial breaks, we're going to be talking about stuff going on at WrestleMania and some other stuff going on in the wrestling world. Got Orton and Logan Paul or Orton just brawling with Logan Paul out there. Logan Paul hiding under the ring. I have a feeling we might be getting something, getting an RKO here through the table. Maybe. Oh, Pretty Deadly's out. KO with the stunner. And we got an RKO. I think that's pretty much just going to do it for this match. No trouble in my stream here, but Logan taking off running, Orton in pursuit, going backstage here. Oh. And there just happens to be a getaway car waiting for him. Go figure. So for those tuning in late, I apologize. We had some audio issues early on. Which, of course, if you've been a fan of the show for a while, you know that this is an ongoing thing with just issues all the time. We're going to a commercial break on Smackdown, but just previewing what else we got coming up tonight. Got Bianca Belair going one-on-one with Dakota Kai. We're going to see Jade Cargill make her debut appearance as a SmackDown superstar tonight. And then we have the two matches remaining to finish off the tag team ladder match. And that's showing the Raw preview. Yeah, we'll delete that. Got Street Profits taking on A-Town Down Under, which I guess is the new name for Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. And we got the New Catch Republic, Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne taking on Legado del Fantasma, Garza, and Carrillo. The winners will be inserted into the six-pack ladder match at WrestleMania, which we know what WrestleMania and big ladder matches are, so it should be a lot of fun. looking forward to it, guys. Looking forward to WrestleMania this year. Let's see what I got here. Just checking some notifications. Appreciate Dave and Gary for liking the stream. Of course, if you haven't done so already, guys, just let me go back. This is weird. I'm not used to this stuff, but yeah. So let's talk about WrestleMania card while we're on commercial break. Of course, the big matches everybody's really talking about. We got the Bloodline, The Rock, the Final Boss, and the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns taking on Seth freaking Rollins and the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. This match here is going to have the most implications going into night 2 because, of course, if Cody and Seth win, the Bloodline is barred from ringside on night 2. The Rock and Reigns wins. Roman and Cody's match is going to be under Bloodline rules, which basically means anything goes. And, you know, I'm sure the Bloodline, everybody else is going to get involved. It's just going to be a fiasco of epic proportions. And, you know, I mean, to me, this is pretty much a no-brainer. I mean, if you have Cody and Seth win night 1, that takes all of the drama out of night 2. So I don't see any reason for the Bloodline to lose this match on night 1. I mean, they could pull a swerve, bro, and swerve it, make it 1-on-1. But I don't see that happening because they're going to add as much drama as they possibly can to night 2. And the best way to do that is have Roman and Rock win on night 1. But I've just had this thing. Now, I want to go back to the match on the ending to Raw on Monday. Now, if you rewatch that segment, yeah, Rock laying the beat down to Cody out back of the arena, and if you look in the background, it's clear as day, and it's the only other thing that's lit up in this entire shot, and it's the big production truck with 2 very important key faces on it. 1, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and 2, I know you probably couldn't see it, but he was there, John Cena. So here's what I think is going to happen. Rock and Roman are going to win on night 1. We're going to get all kinds of shenanigans in the main event of night 2. All kinds of shenanigans. You know, the Bloodline's going to get involved. You know, Jimmy and Jay are going to probably cancel each other out because they're going to have a match. I'm guessing that match is going to be on night 1. That's my assumption. Then Solo's going to come out and get involved. And to counter Solo is going to be the man that Solo tried to take out last year. We haven't seen since. And you won't be able to see him at WrestleMania. John Cena. I think Solo's going to come out and get involved. Here comes John Cena. He's going to lay the beating to Solo, even it back up. And then the final boss comes out. He's going to get involved. And just as The Rock is getting involved, you hear the glass shatter. Stone Cold Steve Austin is going to come out, get involved. So once that's just going to be like Avengers Endgame. Because you remember last week on Smackdown, Roma did the snap. I'm like, ooh, that's like Infinity War. Like they're setting it up. Like the bad guy's getting ahead. And of course, Rock beat down Cody on Monday. So it's kind of like Infinity War. WrestleMania Night 2 is going to be Endgame. WrestleMania Night 2 is going to be totally Avengers Endgame. Avengers are going to assemble as we are back on SmackDown here, hearing from Io Sky in a pre-tape segment, it looks like. But it's going to be Avengers Assemble. On one side, you're going to have Roman Reigns, The Rock, Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, and of course the wise man himself, Paul Heyman. And on the other side, you're going to have Cody Rhodes. You're going to have Jey Uso. You're going to have John Cena. You're going to have Stone Cold. I would even consider throwing in Drew McIntyre, because if you remember back on Raw this past Monday, you had Awesome Truth and DIY talking backstage. And in the background, if you look very closely, way in the back, you see Paul Heyman talking to Drew McIntyre. So I could see Drew McIntyre coming out and getting involved on night 2, and Seth Rollins coming out to counter. Because, of course, Seth has been a key part of this story up until this point. So it only makes sense to have them be a part of it at WrestleMania as well. Thank you, Kara, for liking the Wrestling with Fans Facebook page. I appreciate it. They got a couple new likes in the last few days. Had a few new subscribers over on the YouTube channel as well. It's been slow the last couple of weeks, especially I have a little 8-month-old at home. Our little Marlena, who is our world, takes up a lot of free time. All the free time that I had to put into the show is now dedicated to her. So it's I was pretty consistent. I was like, okay, not consistent, then pretty consistent. But it's Friday night. It's spring break for us. So I'm off for the next 10 days. So I'm hoping to be able to sit down in front of this camera, in front of my computer, in front of the setup here, and make some fun wrestling content. I don't plan on doing any live streams during WrestleMania, maybe a preview show or something before it starts. But I believe, of course, Rick, friend of the show, is going to be coming over to watch WrestleMania here. And then we'll do some live reactions afterwards. And, of course, the big show, next week's podcast, is going to be a full-bore WrestleMania 40 review. So looking forward to this weekend. WrestleMania season is always the best time of the year. It really is. There's a lot of good matches and a lot of good stories. We're seeing on Smackdown, we're seeing Io and Bayley, backstage brawl during that pre-taped interview that Io was doing. A lot of stuff left coming up on SmackDown, too, tonight. Again, if you're hopping in, comment, say hi, go into the links in the description of all this, and follow us on social media. Did have someone pop in over on YouTube for a minute, but they are gone. I've had a lot of people pop in on Facebook, which I love Facebook when it comes to streaming, because this is how we originally grew the show. Was, through Facebook, through just spamming all of my friends. All right, it looks like we're getting the next segment here on SmackDown. I'm going to Nick Aldis here in the ring. Of course, if you're watching along live on Facebook, I'm going to be on a delay, probably like a 20 to 30 second delay from what you're watching live on Fox. Yep, here we go. Jade Cargill. This stuff is like liquid crack. It's Baja Blast, Zero Sugar Mountain Dew. Now we get Jade's first real introduction to WWE. Of course, she had a good showing in the Royal Rumble this past year. Had a lot of backstage segments and vignettes. But not much else. And I'm kind of glad WWE's taking the slow approach on Jade. She was featured heavily in AEW. Their TBS champion for a long time. She may still be the longest reigning. I'm not sure. Homegirl looks like $1 million. She looks like a rock star. She looks like an action figure. I love how they're signing the sign there for the little fan. She's listed at 5'10". I'm going to say she is a pretty tall drink of water for a female. She's pushing... I imagine in these heels she's got on tonight, she's over 6 feet tall. She's literally only been in the business for 3 years. It says she made her debut March 3rd, 2021, according to her Wikipedia page. They're not Jade Cargill. Of course, I'm sure she's been working her ass off down at the PC. Short and to the point. Assuming she's going to be left off the WrestleMania card unless they kind of add her in last minute to something. We got the Dakota and the Kabuki Warriors here backstage with Kayla. What has she done but stand? You're not wrong. Dakota Kai is not wrong. What has she done but stand there? But you know what? When she stands there, people are looking. Now, from last week's SmackDown to this, it looks like we might see some more angle here where, because the Kabuki Warriors currently don't have a match for WrestleMania, so I'm assuming it's going to be maybe Bianca and Naomi, I would assume, after last week. I don't think they're going to do anything with Jade. I think they're going to hold off on her, which is fine. You know, take your time with her. She's still young. She is only, well, she's 31. So, I mean, she's still young. Has a lot of time ahead of her. The WWE Next Gen on Roku, which I think is really interesting because Jen and I we don't have cable here at the house. We go strictly on streaming, and we do have a Roku. So it'd be nice to be able to just pull up the Roku channel and watch this right on TV at night, which would be pretty cool. We're back on the commercial break here. What else do we want to talk about? We've already looked at all the matches for WrestleMania. Again, we have 10 matches total, and I believe they're looking to do 7 a night. So there should be about 4 more matches added in the next week. We're probably going to get a women's tag team title match with the Kabuki Warriors. I'm sure that might get set up here tonight. I don't know what else they can really do. But let's talk about something else we got coming up. We've got the WWE Hall of Fame. We've talked about a couple of those a few weeks back. So next Friday, after SmackDown, we're going to get the 2024 class for the WWE Hall of Fame. I don't know if we're getting any additional, but right now there are 5 inductees going in. We have, for the celebrity wing this year, we have Muhammad Ali. He was the guest referee at the main event of WrestleMania 1. Of course, you know, he's the greatest of all time, you know, boxer, all that good stuff. Be interesting, you know, was integral to like the early days of WWE with WrestleMania 1. Then the one that kind of surprised me, another WrestleMania 1 representation, the U.S. Express, Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda. This will be Barry Windham's second induction. He was inducted back in 2012 as a member of the Four Horsemen. And this will be Mike Rotunda's first. Of course, most of you know him as IRS Erwin R. Shyster, and then VK Wall Street in the NWO over in WCW. And of course, he is the father of the late, great Bray Wyatt, which we get that Peacock special coming here in a couple of days on the 1st of April. So I'm excited to talk about that when it comes up. Now, in the grand scheme of things, is U.S. Express a Hall of Fame worthy tag team? Probably not, but the individuals, you know, Wyndham and Rotunda are, yes, 100% are Hall of Fame worthy, you know, talent and performers. But I did see the video of the video call that Triple H made to Barry and Mike congratulating them on being inducted this year. They are, of course, they were on WrestleMania 1. Almost everybody on WrestleMania 1 is in the Hall of Fame at this point, I believe. I kind of want to go back and look because I'm really... Here, let me look at the card of WrestleMania 1 because I'm pretty sure almost everybody at WrestleMania 1. So, Tito Santana and the Executioner, which was... okay, so Playboy Buddy Rose played him at WrestleMania 1. He's not. I think Bundy... SD Jones, I think they're both in. Is King Kong Bundy in the Hall of Fame? I don't know. He should be. King Kong Bundy should be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Is he? He is not in the WWE Hall of Fame. I don't know how he is not in the WWE Hall of Fame. So King Kong Bundy isn't. Steamboat, Matt Bourne. Beefcake is... That's right here. So David Sammartino, JYD and Greg Valentine both are, with Jimmy Hart, who is, Sheiky Boy is, Volkov is, the US Express is going in. Andre and Big John Studd had the Body Slam Challenge. They are both in the Hall of Fame. Wendy Richter is in the Hall of Fame, I believe. Let me double check here. She's in the... She was inducted back in 2010. Okay. Leilani Kai. I don't think Leilani Kai is. Let's see. No, she is not in the Hall of Fame. So there's another. So there's only a few. And then, of course, Hogan, Mr. T are both in. Orndorff, Roddy Piper, Bob Orton, all in. Jimmy Snuka in. Pat Patterson, the special guest referee. And Muhammad Ali is the other special guest referee. So Muhammad Ali is the last member of the main event of WrestleMania 1 to go into the Hall of Fame. Tim, what is good, my friend? Long time no speak. Hope all is well for you. He says Axe and Smash should be in the Hall, but not Crush. Demolition should be in the Hall of Fame. And I think the only reason they are not is because of the lawsuit between Bill Eadie and WWE. If you want to Google search that and look into that, you can. It's not something I really want to talk about here on the show, but yes, Demolition, my all-time favorite tag team, should be in the Hall of Fame. We're going back. We're getting ready to come back in for commercial break on SmackDown. Again, if you're watching with me live here on Facebook or on YouTube, I want a slight delay to what you all are seeing. So you're hearing me about 20 to 30 seconds from what you're seeing on the TV. So you can always pause your live TV and join in with me live if you like to. But we got A-Town Down Under doing their entrance. They're getting ready to go into tag action. We also have in this year's Hall of Fame class, we have Thunderbolt Patterson, which is a name you don't hear too often. He was very prominent back in the 70s. Let's see, he is, from the 60s through the 80s. Thunderbolt Patterson. And then, of course, we have Bull Nakano, who is a one-time WWF Women's Champion. She won a Slammy Award back in 1994 for Most Devastating. And then, of course, the man who's going to headline it all, the wise man, Paul Heyman. I am so excited for Paul Heyman to go into the Hall of Fame. I'm wondering who's going to induct him. That's what I'm really curious about. Who's going to induct him? If I had the choice to see, to me, it has to be Tommy Dreamer. Those two go hand in hand when it comes to ECW. I mean, there's a lot of other people they could get to induct Paul Heyman. One name people have thrown out, which I would love to see, Stone Cold Steve Austin, who was arguably the original Paul Heyman guy back with the Dangerous Alliance in WCW. They could do CM Punk, another prominent Paul Heyman guy. I don't know who's going to induct him. They haven't announced who's going to induct him, but he has said that he is going to be winging his speech. He kind of has an idea of what he wants to say, but everything else he's just kind of wing it, which with Paul Heyman and a live microphone, I can only imagine. As we see the Street Profits here getting their entrance, you got referee Jessica Carr in the stripes for this match. The winner of this one is going to go on to WrestleMania 40 in that six-pack ladder match. starting off with is that Waller and Montez. Speaking of Montez, if you haven't watched, was it Love in WWE on Hulu with Bianca and Montez, you can skip it. Jen and I started watching it, I guess it was about a month ago. Tried to watch the Love in WWE, and it's a weird thing because it's kind of mixed somewhere between reality TV and total kayfabe. And as someone who follows wrestling and kind of the behind the scenes and, you know, the kayfabe side of it, or the non-kayfabe side, I should say, it is a really hard watch. It's a really hard watch. Now, for the casual fan, it might be a pretty good watch. If that's something like if you're into like Total Divas or any of those other shows, you would probably love this. For me personally, and Jen, we both didn't like it either. Tim says, my pick would either be Taz or Quoth the Raven. Yes, both would be good. Taz definitely wouldn't because of AEW, and we know how Tony Khan is. Speaking of Tony Khan, as we go to commercial, let's talk about AEW. Let's talk about your boy Tony Khan. John Alba. For those who don't know, John Alba did a podcast with Eric Bischoff called Strictly Business, where they basically looked at the business side of the wrestling business. Awesome show. You can check it out on the 83 Weeks YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcast fix. Tweeted out that due to Eric's schedule, they would no longer be doing Strictly Business. Well, then, good old Tony Khan. You know, let me just pull up. I need to actually, like, pull up to read this, because I'm just, like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, Tony Khan. And this tweet was at, like, 4 in the morning. Where's... Maybe it'd help if I spelled his name right. Tony Khan. So this was... Oh, let's see. Let's go back. Sometimes he deletes tweets because he's such a tool bag. I think he deleted it. I think he deleted that tweet. Someone needs to take Tony Khan's phone away from him. Let me just put it that way. But he was, making comments about, let's get rid of this show. Before, hold up. What is good? So, let me see if I can figure out how to pull this off. So we are live. So I'll put you here. They can see you on my phone live on Facebook.
All right.
They can hear you.
What's going on, dude?
Oh, not much, man. Just watching Smackdown and just live streaming for the first time in a hot minute on Facebook and YouTube. So, what is good with you, my friend? I see you're repping Chase U here.
I could have went a number of ways tonight, and I figure, unfortunately, my rock smacking Cody Crybaby $50 T-shirt has not arrived from the WWE store yet.
Did you really order one?
I actually really have one. I didn't know it was $50 at the time. My friend, who was of the same mindset as me for The Rock, was like, "Hey, I'm gonna get a T-shirt. You want one?" I was like, "Yeah, I want one." Then he sent me the bill, and the bill said $50, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna give you $25. Thanks, man." But he said no. He said, "That's for your shirt." And I was like, I guess I'm going to have to wear it every day.
Holy crap.
Because that's the most expensive T-shirt I've ever owned.
That is ridiculous. I know, because I'm going to have to look this up myself.
Well, they get you with shipping and handling, right? It's going to be 30-something plus shipping and handling plus taxes. It comes out to like 48 or 49 and change.
That's ridiculous. See, that's why I don't buy many shirts. Like I'll get Jen and I shirts from time to time, and all that stuff. But there's I usually wait till there's like a huge sale before I wanted to get my trolling T-shirt in advance, which I don't even know it's going to happen. Other than that, I've got, what have I got here?
I got just the old school black and gold NXT. I got this. I got a Hurt Business T-shirt that my mother got me somewhere in one of these drawers. And I got some Bret Hart swag as well.
But see, I figure you probably got some Bret Hart swag going on over there.
Yeah. Well, hey man, I just wanted to call up and say congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
For staying at this for a long time, and I don't watch Raw anymore. I have no idea what's going on. But if you ever want to talk NXT, that's still where I'm at.
Yeah, I try to follow it a little more now that they're away from the rainbow and they're kind of back to more the black and white, or black and gold style NXT. So I do follow peripherally. I am looking forward to Stand and Deliver because I know Trick and Mello are going to tear the house down.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
The aesthetic's a lot better. You're right about that. And this particular crop, a lot of these guys are a 2.0 bunch, but they've been here, 2.5, 3 years now. So their storylines are kind of reaching maturity at this point, and doing what they're doing. So it's interesting again. I take black and gold any day, but it ain't coming back. And
no,
it's interesting.
The sad part is most of those people in black and gold are over in AEW, and they're just a shell of what they were in NXT.
Right.
So yeah, I got your shirt pulled up here. It is on sale currently with the coupon code for $23.09.
Okay.
Regular price $32.99.
All right, so now it's going to be $38, $39 for all of you out there who want to order it.
Right, because they currently have a in the next 3 hours and 10 minutes. If you go on WWEshop.com, cheap plug, they're not paying me for this, but 35% off site wide. If you want to jump on it real quick.
Fair enough.
Awesome. Well, again,
man, I gotta get my WrestleMania pick'em together. It's not gonna be easy for me because, like I said, during COVID, I was on top of stuff. During COVID, I knew Raw, I knew Smackdown, I knew NXT, and so those were easy pick'ems. I don't watch Raw, so I don't know what to do with any storylines coming out of Raw. So, are you talking pick'em tonight, or no? That's gonna come ahead.
I'll probably do that next week. We'll chat, and we can find a time if you're free, if you want to hop on, maybe we can do I can actually get you on, like, instead of just holding my phone up. Because I know right now we got 10 matches announced. But I know from what I heard, they're going to try to do 7 a night. So we probably got 4 more matches coming. I imagine some will get added tonight, some will get added on Raw next week. And then maybe a last minute one on SmackDown next week, the go home edition. But I would love to do pick'ems. Bobby was going to try to join me. He's been messaging me. He's like, as long as my son gets to sleep, I'll hop on. But he's been having trouble getting his kid to sleep, just like Jen and I have trouble getting Marley to sleep because she hates going to bed.
Gotcha.
But
well, that's a big change. So congratulations on that. And
thank you.
Congratulations on the show. I'll let you get back to it. But yeah, I'm interested in the pick'em thing. So let's talk about that or NXT anytime you want to talk. Definitely,
man. I'll reach out sometime this week and we'll chat via text and we'll get something going. And again, thank you for making the video call in and joining me here for this little 6-year anniversary. And again, thanks for all you've done for the show. And let's go Pens.
Let's go Pens. And let's go.
Oh, real quick. Totally unrelated. But I ordered the jersey for Jen, the Chinese jerseys. You can't tell the difference. It's like legit.
Oh, wow.
The only thing you can tell, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, is the stitching around the shield is kind of cheap, but otherwise, fight strap, legit. It was like a $30 jersey.
Nice.
So yeah, I hooked her up with the Malkin jersey. I've got a Crosby reverse retro coming. Hasn't come yet, but hopefully it'll be here soon. But yeah, I figured I'd let you know that the quality is good.
Okay, we're build out your closet then. Sounds good, man.
Oh hell yeah! All right, brother. Well, enjoy the rest of your night. I'll talk to you here soon.
All right, you too. Bye.
All right, see you guys.
See you.
All right. Well, thank you to Jason for hopping in on a quick video call to congratulate on the show. Was totally unexpected. Totally missed a lot on SmackDown, but yeah, I'd love to do like a WrestleMania preview pick'em podcast later this week or live stream, something along those lines. If it's something you want to see, make sure you smash the thumbs up button. If you're watching on Facebook, give me a reaction. Again, Tim, thank you for coming into the chat. Really appreciate that. Leave a thumbs up, heart reaction, whatever. You can laugh at it, you can hate it, I don't care. If you're over on YouTube, again, all that good stuff. If you're watching on Facebook, go into the description and go over to YouTube and subscribe. We're trying to grow the YouTube channel. I'm live streaming on YouTube. It's been kind of slow because, again, I don't do a lot on YouTube lately. But I need to start doing more on Facebook because Facebook is what helped grow the show initially. And hopefully it'll help continue to grow. So it looks like we're getting ready to get the other tag match. Legado del Fantasma versus the New Catch Republic. But we're going to take a quick break here. I've been on here for about an hour. I need to take a quick break. I'm going to put the thumbnail up. I'm going to play some tunes to tide you guys over. I'm going to set that up real quick. So I'll be right back in just a few minutes. If you're watching live on Facebook or on let's see. Let's go with this. Hopefully that's coming through. All right, guys, I'm back. Appreciate you sticking with me for this little break. Just wanted to go ahead and check on the wife, use the restroom, get a quick drink. Back in on Smackdown. Again, thanks, Jason, for calling in, man. It's good to hear from you. I appreciate that. Again, thank you to Jason and Kira and Gary and Dave for liking the post on Facebook. Every little bit of engagement helps. It was because of all of you guys, especially on Facebook, that helped grow this channel to where we are. So I really, really appreciate you guys a lot for everything to get us to where we are. I think we're at about 115 YouTube subscribers. We got 170, 180 likes on Facebook, which is weird because the one thing I don't do on the show a lot is promote. I needed to use social media more to promote stuff, and hopefully be able to pick up on that kind of stuff. Looks like we got Legado del Fantasma in the ring in full force with Dominic Mysterio. Little Dom. So we hit the 9 o'clock hour here on the East Coast, heading into hour 2 of SmackDown. Turn this up a little bit so I can hear it. Again, for anybody joining in, we are doing a 6th anniversary. It was on this date in 2018 that myself and Chris H. and Bobby sat down to record the first audio version of this show. And again, over the years, Chris C. and Jason have been a big part of it. Rick has been a big part of it. And, in the last couple years, Josh, Tim, who's also joining the chat there for a little bit. Appreciate you guys, all the help. John as well, who did an episode or 2 with Bobby. And everybody else who I may have forgotten. I really appreciate all you guys over the last 6 years of support. Love the interactions. And here we go. We got Rey Mysterio and the LWO in full force coming out. I have a feeling we might get Legado versus LWO at Mania. That's another match they could add. We got Legado and Dom. Because what's Dom going to do at Mania? Dom needs to be in a match at WrestleMania. And we got 5-on-5 in the ring, 4 men and 1 woman aside. I think we got a WrestleMania match in the making here, guys. I think we have a WrestleMania match in the making. Dom. Thank you, Barry. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate that. You can congratulate me on to start making money off of this thing, so hopefully we'll get to that point where I can see a little return on my investment. And we got... Come on, Ginger. Come on. Got a little kitty coming up. Come here. No. One little kitty cats. Here, let's bring her up. This is Ginger. Say hi, Ginger. One of our 4 cats here in the house. 4 cats, 3 dogs. We have a zoo. An 8-month-old, an 18-year-old, and then Jen and I. So, yeah, we have a zoo here in the Axline household. We have a little Gingy. She's a little Manx cat. And there she goes. And, of course, my nice clean shirt is now covered in cat hair. But speaking of my nice shirt, this was the first ever Wrestling with Fans shirt that was made. I've got 2. I've got this one, and I've got the Married with Children inspired logo shirts. So I figured I'd dust off the dust off the old shirt tonight and break it out. I got some more stuff. We do have other shirts. If you go to the links, there is a merch store if you want to help support the show that way. I think it is in. Is it in the description? No, I think I have it in the description. If you go to wrestlingwithfans.com, cheap plug, up at the top, click on shop. You can click on that little link there, and you have the I'm a Wrestling Guy shirt. You have the I'm a Sports Entertainment Guy shirt, and I'm a Pro Wrestling Guy shirts. Got some other designs on there too, I believe. Some with the podcast logo. All kinds of different stuff. You got t-shirts, hoodies, long sleeve, short sleeve, hats, aprons. If you want an apron, a little baby onesie, which I need to order one for Marley. So if you, even if you don't get a logo shirt, if you want to get I'm a wrestling guy, or I'm a pro wrestling guy, or I'm a sports entertainment guy shirt, you can pick one up over on our spread shop. It's wrestlingwithfans.myspreadshop.com. Again, you get the links over at wrestlingwithfans.com. I thought I had the links in here. If you're watching on YouTube, you can get it there. I wonder if I can edit. No. God, sorry about that. I tried to mute real quick and I couldn't get it to mute. So we got a brawl here. LWO and Legado in the ring. I don't know if Ray's going to be cleared to wrestle yet. But Dragon Lee did come out. So maybe we'll get Dragon Lee taking that spot. I should just put a poll up. If anyone wants to check it out. Are you excited for WrestleMania 40? Hell yeah. And what's that? Pretty simple. I may end over on YouTube, but I'm here now. So it looks like we might get Naomi and Bianca versus So I'm guessing New Catch Public's going to get in since Legado's already kind of been involved in some stuff here. I'll never get tired of saying I'm so glad to have Pete Dunne back and not no more of Butch. I'm going to commercial here. All right, so what else do we want to look at here on WrestleMania? Go back to the WrestleMania card. Let's talk Rhea and Becky. I want to talk Rhea and Becky for a minute because there is part of me that wonders if they're going to pull a double turn. You know, Rhea Ripley technically has been a heel for a while. I can't hear on my glasses. But has been getting major, babyface reactions. But then you have Becky, who's been, the babyface again for a while. And is still over, but nowhere near where she was, 3-4 years ago. When she first became the man, kind of took the wrestling world by storm, became the most popular wrestler in all of the world there for a hot minute. But what I'm wondering here, let's see, can I hear myself now? I'm going to test something real quick. We got a quick sec. Just going to do a quick little test here on the stream. I still can't hear. I'm trying to get my monitoring because I'm supposed to be able to monitor everything I can hear in my ears, but I guess I can't hear that. But anyway, back to Becky and Rhea. And then after the interaction, this past week on Raw, I'm really wondering if we could see a Becky heel turn and a Rhea face turn, like officially, like do a double turn a la WrestleMania 13 with Stone Cold Steve Austin and Bret Hart, and arguably the best double turn ever in professional wrestling. I'm wondering if we could see something like that from Becky and Rhea. Because I think Becky could use a little bit of a change. Having her be the heel to the babyface for Rhea, which, does Rhea leave the Judgment Day after this? I don't really know where they're going to go with it. This is one match, I think it's a coin toss. I mean, you could have Rhea continue to hold the Women's World Championship, and you can see a change with Becky. The one thing I will say about Rhea, though, I love Rhea Ripley. I think she's been amazing. However, she's kind of almost been in the background for a while. She has had title defenses, but at the end of the day, there's not a lot I could remember from her title reign. She's closing in on a year. I mean, she's just a couple of days shy of a year holding this title straight. And there's not a lot I could tell you from her title reign other than the match she had with Nia Jax at Elimination Chamber. Steven, thank you for liking the video, my friend. Appreciate that. Hope you and the new addition to your family is doing well. I hope you guys are doing well with the newest addition to your family. All right, I need to get back to this. So this is why I don't live stream that much anymore, because I keep forgetting how to do some of this stuff. But yeah, there's not a lot. I mean, that's recency bias, where I remember the match with Nia Jax, but there's not really a lot else I could tell you from Rhea's title reign. Let's look at something. Let's look at the Internet Wrestling Database. I want to see something here. So she won the title back at WrestleMania 39. I wish we could. Most of these are live events, so it's going to be kind of hard. So let's see. Let's go back to the beginning of this year. So the last TV match she had was the Dark Triple Threat. So the last match she had would have been back in February at Elimination Chamber against Nia. It's a dark match. Okay, Monday Night Raw. And the match before that was Monday Night Raw Day 1 against Ivy Nile back on January 1st. Going to go back. The next match she had before that was December 11th against Maxine Dupree. November 25th against Zoe Stark at War Games, Survivor Series War Games. Before that, November 4th, Crown Jewel, the Fatal 5-Way. Before that, October 16th. Like, Rhea has only wrestled like a half dozen matches. A half dozen, TV matches in a while. And, like, I'm just kind of like, this is interesting because there's not a lot that she has done. I don't know how back to get to the dashboard that I was at to do the video, but we'll see here. I just go to this. There we go. Okay, I'm back to where I need to be. But she hasn't done a lot. And it's not against her, but she's been a major part of Monday Night Raw with the Judgment Day. She's been, a huge part of the Judgment Day storyline over the last year. But as far as the champion, it's not really much to it. And for that reason alone, I almost kind of think they could go with Becky on this. There's what do they do with Rhea when they're done? I really just, I don't know. I just kind of where I'm at. Like, I like the feud. I'm excited for the match. But, at the end of the day, it's kind of been an title reign. Like, that's just how I felt about it. But the other title match for the WWE Women's Championship, Io Sky defending against Bayley. Now let's look at Io. I want to look at Io. So let's do something a little different. So we looked at Rhea. Let's look at Io. What her title defenses have been. So Naomi on March 22nd, so just last week. And then before that, New Year's Revolution back in January. So she hadn't even wrestled a match on TV in 2 months. She defeated Mi Shin on January 5th edition, the New Year's Revolution. Let's see, December 22nd, so the week before that, the big 8-person tag. The week before that, there was another 8-person tag. And then War Games, November 25th, so a couple weeks earlier. A lot of these champions, they're like not wrestling every week like some of the, so I don't know. It just seems weird. Like, I'm so used to seeing like champs and stuff on TV all the time. I'm just so used to seeing those kind of things. But I guess just it's a little different now. Wrestling business is a little different. And then we got Gunther and Sami Zayn. Gunther is just doing such an amazing job as Intercontinental Championship. As Intercontinental Champion. He has brought prestige back to a belt that, not saying it needed it, but it definitely could use the boost. I mean, he's held the belt now as of today, as I'm doing this show, 657 days, which is not only the longest single reign in history, he has held the Intercontinental title longer than anybody else. More than Pedro Morales with 2 reigns at 619. More than The Miz's 8 total combined of 597. Gunther won the Smackdown title back in June of 2022 on Smackdown in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That's insane. He's held the belt closing in on 2 years. I know there's a lot of people that are pushing for Sammy to dethrone Gunther. I don't want it. I want to see him get to 2 years. I think whoever beats Gunther, it needs to be someone they need to elevate. So part of me almost wants, was hoping we'd get like the Braun Breaker. Originally the talk was that it was going to be, Brock versus Gunther, which we all knew Gunther would have won because Brock doesn't need the IC title. He'd have went away for a little bit after the match. But like whoever beats Gunther, it needs to mean something. And I don't know who that could be at this point. We'll see. My money is on Gunther to retain. That's just my hope. Now for the tag title match, which is what we're, if you're watching with me live, I'm not really talking about a lot of what's happening on TV. I'm just kind of more talking about other stuff. You got the 6-pack tag team ladder match for the Undisputed titles. We got the Judgment Day, DIY, Awesome Truth, and the New Day are already in. Earlier tonight on Smackdown, we found out A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller at it. And the winner of this match you're watching right now is going to be included in that match. Here's what I think is going to happen. I think we might get a split tag belt. If they don't give us brand new belts, like a one belt for the tag titles, I think we might get split belts. And if they do, here's how I think it could happen. I mean, you got R-Truth in this match. We all know R-Truth is a national treasure and should be protected at all costs. And New Catch Republic is joining the 6-pack ladder match. So we know all 6 teams now. As I'm talking about it, we know what the final team is. R-Truth's going to climb the ladder, but he's only going to pull down one set of belts. And they're going to celebrate like they won everything, but they only got one set of belts. And I could easily see a tag title split and using R-Truth to do it. Now, who walks out with the other belts or which belts Truth pulls down? I would assume they'll probably pull the Raw belts since they're a Raw team. And then, maybe A-Town Down Under or New Catch Republic will we'll climb up and pull the SmackDown belts down after the fact. Shout out to whoever's over on YouTube. What is up? Thank you for joining. But I could easily see a split somehow of these tag titles and using R-Truth and his antics to do it, because we all know R-Truth loves to do these kind of things. He's brought ladders into the Royal Rumble match thinking it's Money in the Bank. Like, he's just, just does, like I said, R-Truth is a national treasure and should be protected at all costs. But I'd love to see something cool happen with that. And I think that could be something they could do to pull off. And over on SmackDown, we got a recap of Raw. What's going on? And of course, we got the Usos, the Battle of the Brothers. I am excited for this match. I think depending on what they want the overall feeling to come away from WrestleMania to be is going to determine who wins. If they want to, have Jay win, but then Jimmy takes him out after the match to try to prevent him from getting involved in the Night 2 main event, potentially helping Cody. Because it's going to be, like I said earlier, it's going to be Bloodline rules. Like, that's going to add all the drama. It's going to be Bloodline rules. So maybe Jimmy tries to take out Jay. Even after Jay wins and Jimmy and Solo attack him. Or maybe Solo gets involved in that match and costs Jay the match. I don't know. There's a lot of different ways they could do it. I don't really think it's, in the grand scheme of things, the winner or loser is not going to make or break anybody as far as where they stand on the card. It's more just going to how they oh, Hannah, thank you for reacting to the video. Appreciate it. Again, said to your husband, hope you and the new addition to your family are doing well. But like I said, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal. It's not going to change much on the card. It's just going to, that match is just going to be a couple paragraphs in a chapter in this whole story going into WrestleMania. It's going to be an amazing match. Again, the third time ever in history that brothers have fought. Of course, Brett and Owen what's one of the best WrestleMania matches ever at WrestleMania 10. And then you had Matt and Jeff. I don't remember what WrestleMania that was at off the top of my head, but we had the Hardy Boys against each other. And now we have the Usos going one-on-one at WrestleMania this year. And, of course, the last match currently still confirmed, the triple threat, Logan Paul defending the U.S. title against Randy and Kevin. Part of me kind of wants Logan Paul to keep the belt. He's not a total part-time champion. They use him sparingly, which I think is smart. And as you're seeing the extended edition from the ending of Raw, after Raw went off the air, The Rock kept beating Cody, and they had a lot of cameras running during this to film it. Well, let's hear from the wise man. Because reasons. Here we go. We got Jimmy. Wait, what? So it looks like we're getting Solo versus Jay next week on the Go Home edition of Smackdown. Very cool. Again, if you're watching us live, we're live both on YouTube and on Facebook. Make sure you like the video. Leave me a comment. Again, this is celebrating 6 years of the Wrestling with Fans podcast. I'm repping my old school first edition Wrestling with Fans podcast t-shirt, the original logo of the show. And we got AJ Swole. AJ comes back from injury and looks buff as hell. And again, if you're seeing this via Facebook, again, like the page. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, if you would, please. All right, we'll go back to commercials. Let's get back to the WrestleMania card here. The triple threat match, I like Logan Paul. I've been very impressed with what he's done in the short time he's been in WWE. He's not a full-blown part-timer. He has been showing up more frequently. He's come out and said that he wants to do this full-time. And he has a natural gift to perform. Not just in the ring, but just perform in general. He's very captivating. He has a built-in audience. Love him or hate him, he's putting eyes on WWE product. And, of course, his beverage company, Prime Energy, with him and KSI, is going to be the new in-ring sponsor for WWE, I believe, starting at WrestleMania or post-WrestleMania. I can't remember from the announcement, but, within the next week, we're going to see Prime bottles in the WWE ring for the first time ever. AEW does in-ring sponsors. WCW famously had sponsors on the canvas. WWE has never done it on the actual canvas itself. It's always been around the ring or, overlays, videos, things like that. So this will be a first. And, congratulations to Logan and KSI for pulling that deal off. I'm sure, they don't really need any more cred, but they're going to get more cred. As if you watch South Park, you know where I'm going with that. But again, from SmackDown tonight, I think we can see two more matches. We're going to see LWO versus Legado del Fantasma. Whether that's an intergender with the ladies involved or not, I don't know. But I could see a big 10-man tag match, 10-person tag match. Depending on how they line up the sides there. And then it looks like we're going to see the Kabuki Warriors and Naomi and Bianca. Could see that. Maybe we add Jade into that and we get Dakota and the Kabuki Warriors versus Bianca, Naomi, and Jade. Maybe. I don't know if WWE wants to pull the trigger on Jade this early. I don't know if they want to have her being in WrestleMania. I think she should be. I think it'd be a great, she had a great showing in the Rumble. And I think just having her have a big WrestleMania moment, or maybe Dakota gets involved and Jay comes out for the save at WrestleMania, have a big WrestleMania moment, would be kind of cool. But as we're getting about to 9:30, we got about half an hour left in SmackDown. Things are kind of winding down, so I'm going to go ahead and close the stream up a little earlier than anticipated. I was going to go all the way till 10, but we're going to close up here just a few minutes. But again, thank you to everyone. I don't know why I keep doing that, but we got Barry and Steven and Hannah and Kira and Jason and David and Gary. Thank you for liking the stream over on Facebook. Thank you, Tim and Barry, for the kind words in the chat. Really excited to be passing 6 years here on Wrestling with Fans. The last 8 or 9 months since the birth of my daughter made things a little bit difficult, but I'm still trying to plug through. I'm trying to come up with different ways to continue to do content, even if I can't live stream and be here in the main studio setup. So hopefully I can come up with something to keep things moving along here at Wrestling with Fans. Again, thank you to my OG co-hosts, Bobby and Chris H, for helping me start this journey. And then, of course, to Jason and Chris C and Rick and Jen, of course, my beautiful wife. Josh and John and Danny and Tim, anybody who's been on the show, Andrew, the president of Wrestling, Phil Stamper, did a guest spot for us at one point. Thank you all for being a part of this journey so far. It's the 6 years of Wrestling with Fans. It's been a lot of fun. Links to socials. I didn't put it in the Facebook video. Maybe I'll be able to edit it afterwards. If not, just go to wrestlingwithfans.com. Go to the links section. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on TikTok, we're on Instagram. wwfshow@gmail.com is the email to let us know comments, questions, feedback, topics you want to discuss, any of that stuff. Would love to hear from you guys. So again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for making the first 6 years of Wrestling with Fans so much fun. Here's to the next 6 years, and I will, I don't have a beer or anything good to taste, but I'll taste some Mountain Dew, Baja Blast, Zero Sugar. But yeah, so I'm going to try to do a lot more content this week, maybe do some more live streams this week leading into WrestleMania. I am off work all week, all the way up through WrestleMania. So if there's stuff you want to see, stuff you want to hear, stuff you want to talk about, anything from the show, comment, email. If you know me personally, just DM me on whatever social media platform you follow me on, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. I'm going to try to do a lot of cool content this week for you guys. But I'm going to wrap up the stream. Again, thank you for being a part of the journey so far. And I'll see you next time. I'll play some music here. I should have had some cool music planned out, but I don't. I thought I was going to have some cool here, but again, thank you sincerely so much for everything. And okay, now we got the music playing, so we're good. It is playing. My monitor, my ears aren't working, so I don't even know why I'm wearing them, because they're just not even hooked to anything right now. So I guess I should have just kept them off. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Catch you next time right here on Wrestling with Fans. Peace.